if one leader's dream meant erasing your country from the map? That's the controversy shaking the Middle East today. Speaking this week, the Israeli Prime Minister said he feels very attached to the idea of a greater Israel, calling it a historic and spiritual mission. That concept extends far beyond today's borders, absorbing Palestinian territories in parts of Jordan, Egypt's Sinai, and Syria's Golan. The backlash was immediate. The Arab League and Jordan swiftly condemned the remarks, calling them dangerous and unacceptable.
The Christians and Israel say that greater Israel is the borders, is the land that the Most High promised them. What do you see when you look at this map, at those red lines? When you look at the land they intend to steal, what do you see? It's clear that their only goal, besides stealing people's land and murdering people, is to obtain those straits, those waterways. This is about the power and the money and domination. What I'm about to show you at first glance, you're going to think has nothing to do with the genocidal child predator murdering liars in Israel. You're going to think that this is completely off topic, but I assure you it has everything to do with the genocide that's taking place, everything you see in the news. This is the second or third video that I've seen in the last 2-3 months where someone is saying that they can't figure out why these mountains right here that he has circled in red, why they run east and west. And those mountains that are in question are these mountains right here. Kings Peak. The reason they run east and west, and I've watched these videos where these guys they're puzzled by it. They can't figure out why they're the only mountains, they say, in North America, I guess, that run east and west. The reason that is because it's his nostrils. You see that? It's this guy's nostrils right here. You see that guy's face and this face right here? This is the land. They say that the greater Israel is according to biblical borders, okay? The Bible, the Most High, tells us that our eastern border is the Great River. What outlines this man's beard on the eastern side? But it's the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande, which means Great River, and that's what the Most High tells us is our eastern border. That is the outline of his beard. Go look it up. I've showed it on my other videos before. It goes just like that. The left side of his beard is the Rio Grande. He says the western border is the Great Sea. The Great Sea. Do you see that? North part of the Great Sea. That is the Great Sea right there. And like I always say, if I can find all this stuff, you can find all this stuff. This is an old map showing that the Gulf of California, this all used to be water through there, and all it takes is for you to go look at the map and you'll see that you can tell that water used to run all the way through there. Look, they got it labeled as the Red Sea, but what's most important is what's in this red box right here that I need you to understand. In this red box, in that cursive writing right there, it says, along the river that flows into that Great Salt Lake, there were 6 noble cities. It was adorned with 6 noble cities. And here's even more proof to that was a fact. This is from the Montana Historical Society. This is a eyewitness account from back in the 1700s. 1776, as a matter of fact. At the top part right here where it says in circumference, he's talking about the Great Salt Lake, the mouth of which is 10 leagues broad, that the lower part of that river is adorned with 6 noble cities, surrounded with stone, cemented with fat earth, that the houses of these cities have no roofs, but are open above like a platform, like this. Does that look familiar? Does that sound familiar to you? You know, like in Messiah's, I don't know if it was Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, but they had to lower the paraplegic down to the roof. Right here, this is the Fremont Native American pit houses. The Fremonts, if you go do your homework, the Fremont Native Americans lived here in this valley that I'm in the real Zion, the real Jerusalem, and they built their houses like that. They're the only Native American group that they covered up their name. They call them the Fremont because of some man that found an obsidian stone or something. They covered it up because they don't want you to know the truth. If you look at that Montana Historical Society papers about the Tahaglunk, about the people that they said that was living here, you're going to see that they're the real Yahudim. They're not those who lie.